Good evening. Welcome to our daily coronavirus update on Facebook Live, the city of Newark. I know the last couple of days we've had technical difficulties. Hopefully we can get through this evening without those technical difficulties. We're going to do it this way, assess it, and maybe go back to the studio next week. But for right now, hopefully you are getting this and it is clear for you. So I have a couple of updates for you before we go on. 188 confirmed cases in the city of Newark. 188. Yesterday there was 155 confirmed cases. Today we're at 188 confirmed cases. In the county, there are 826 confirmed cases. In the county, there are 826 confirmed cases, up from 608 yesterday. The state of New Jersey has 8,825 cases. 8,825 cases with 108 deaths. That means over 100 people have died in the state of New Jersey from coronavirus. To put it in perspective, in New York City, there are over 25,000 people in New York City have contracted the coronavirus. Over 25,000 people and close to 400 people dead. Close to 400 people dead. 25,000 folks have contracted this virus in the city of Newark. That's why we're asking people to shelter in place, to stay inside. The overwhelming majority of the folks in the city of Newark have been listening to that. The police are out. City officials are out, trying to make people stay in the house, come out of those stores, stop congregating. We're doing that every day, and we're getting a lot of help from the residents of this city. Continue to report the things that you see that should not be taking place. This coronavirus is serious. I just got off the call with U.S. Conference of Mayors, over 400 mayors across the country. San Francisco, shelter-in-place order. Atlanta, shelter-in-place order. New Orleans, shelter-in-place order. Chicago, shelter-in-place order. These people are, we're seeing that this thing is growing and growing and growing, and the only way we could attack the curve is to stay in the house. Many of us are doing it, but many more of us have not, and we have to get you to stay inside. For my Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters, por favor, quédate en su casa. Por favor, quédate en su casa. En su casa. Ayudamos, please. Por favor, en su casa, quédate en su casa. In the city of Newark, we also have a sign up so you can receive coronavirus updates. All you have to do is text. You text COVID, C-O-V-I-D, to 511-511. 2 times. 511-511. Text COVID, C-O-V-I-D. 511-511. Text that and you'll get a daily update starting tomorrow. Not today. Starting tomorrow, you'll get daily updates about the coronavirus. I know many people have been calling our food line and it's been busy. You've been having issues. We have delivered for the first day over 800, meals, 100 and something, maybe 180 gift cards, 500 or so actual food packages. So we're getting an overwhelming amount of calls. Bear with us, please. Keep calling the number. We put a message on there now that would allow you to leave a message so we can get back to you. But keep calling. Folks are working. We added more people. And you have to know we don't have our regular staff. We're not putting 15, 20 people in there. We're not violating the social distancing. So we have people working in shifts. So you have to bear with us. Be patient. Keep calling. We will get to you and we will get food to you as quickly as we can. Just want to go over what the shelter-in-place ordinance states in the city of Newark. So Shelter in place means that you cannot come outside unless, A, you're an essential employee and you have to go to work. The essential employees can go to work. 2, unless there's an emergency and you have to go to the supermarket because you ran out of food, go to the pharmacy because you need medicine, go to Walgreens or Rite Aid or any of those places to get the things that you need for your household. That's the only time. Or we put things in place so you can walk your dog, right? We want you to come out on your porch, come out on your back, come in your backyard, and even allow you to come, if you live in a complex, to come out in front of the complex for a few minutes and go back inside, because we don't want you to catch cabin fever or go crazy in your household. We want you to get a little fresh air, come out on your porch, come out on your back, come out in your backyard, come out in the front of the building, then go back upstairs, please. There are the normal folks that are out there doing their business who are taking advantage of our situation. There are people who would be doing crime when there was no coronavirus, and these people are still doing crime when there is a coronavirus. These people obviously have no care for what's happening to themselves nor our community. And so if you know people like that, you have to turn them in. You have to report them. This is the time to do that, to be Newark strong as a community. They are risking our lives. Now, when they're out there doing those things and they're hanging out, you have your kids out there, they're hanging out, they're bringing virus back to your home. It's important that you enforce this in your household. Kids can't congregate in parks. I know you want to put your kids out the house, but they can't go to the parks. They can't go play basketball. A pickup game where kids are sweating back and forth is a sure place to contract the coronavirus. I know you think kids can't get the coronavirus, but that's not true. Kids can, in fact, get the coronavirus. And more importantly, if they get it on a basketball court, they can bring it in your household and give it to you. And if your immune system is not as strong as your child's, then you have the possibility to succumb to this virus. It's important for you to follow the instructions and the rules and the orders that we put in place. Your kid can't go hang out at their friend's house. They can't do that. You don't know what's happening at your kid's friend's house. They can't do that. They shouldn't go visit your grandmother, their grandmother. They shouldn't do that. They can't do that, right? And if they come out of the house, they have to be accompanied by an adult. And we only want people to come out of the house in twos, and we're making exceptions for single mothers, single fathers, single grandmothers with kids in their house that they can't leave on their own, that they have to bring with them. We ask you, while you're walking down the street, doing whatever you're doing, to socially distance. The police department is out here working hard, and tomorrow you'll begin to see more traffic stops that were going on today. You'll see more of those emergency traffic stops where you're going to pull up and the police are going to ask you where you're going. They're going to ask you why are you out the house? Why? This is a dangerous time that we're living in. And we have to take dramatic, even drastic measures for the health and safety of the people of our community. Our mothers, our fathers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, and even our friends and family who have immune systems that are not as strong as ours. There are no exceptions to this. No exceptions to this at all. If you know of a store that's opening, report them so they can close. If there are people that are secretly doing hair or secretly cutting hair, report them. If there are groups of people standing in front of homes or standing in front of buildings, report them, right? If there are groups of people walking up and down the street, report them. If there's stores that are open that are not supposed to be, if there are people that are people in stores that are crowding, report them. Why? Because their behavior can affect your life. Their behavior can have a detrimental and immediate effect on your livelihood, on your children's livelihood, and the livelihood of the people in your family. You have to take this seriously. If it wasn't serious, I would not be telling you. Today, we did a webinar. We did a webinar for small businesses, and over 600-700 people were on the line today. We talked about the city's municipal aid, the state aid, federal aid to small businesses. The city is giving up to about $10,000 grants, not loans, grants to individuals. I'm going to give you the website to go on. That'll be live on Monday. The website will be live on Monday. I want you to go to that, and that is www.ncbd.org. www.uwnewark.org. www.uwnewark.org. Go there on Monday, download the application, fill it out for small businesses that have 10 employees or less, all the way down to 1 employee. So sole proprietorships can get it. It doesn't matter about your credit score or any of those things. It's a grant. It's not a loan. If you're a small business, go there immediately. If you missed the webinar and you want to see or listen to the webinar and listen to Senator Cory Booker, Senator Menendez, Congressman Payne, folks from the State Department talk about the state in Trenton, talk about the economic programs that are available, go to www.investnewark.org. 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 That's where you can go to see the live or see it recorded, the webinar that we just did on businesses and small businesses in the city. Soon, we will have something that we'll be doing for hourly wage workers, for folks who are behind on their rent. And no, because I've been getting a lot of questions, the city of Newark has a moratorium on foreclosures, a moratorium on evictions, a 60-day moratorium on late fees around taxes. We have a moratorium on you paying your business license. We'll allow you to roll that over. So all of these things are happening. We also were able to secure about 300 rooms. We have the revenue for 300 rooms for folks in our community that are having a difficult time, that need to be quarantined, that do not have an address, or people that are homeless, I should say, or individuals that are having a difficult time now and need to transition, a place to stay, and they're positive or need to be quarantined. We have secured space for them, and we're in the process of securing more space to accommodate our hospitals and healthcare centers when they become overrun. Listen, it's important for us to stay in the house. The people in our community, we disproportionately have high blood pressure, disproportionately have diabetes, disproportionately have lupus, disproportionately have sickle cell, disproportionately have heart disease, disproportionately have cancer. We disproportionately have these diseases which make our immune system weak. But more important than that, these people are already being treated in the health facilities that exist now. When all these other people come and inundate the health system, they have to make decisions that we don't want them to make, trust me. And we do not have the resources to continue this. Right now, people have gone to the county's website for testing at Weekway Park. It is full. All of the appointments are taken up. They'll be there next week as well. Keep trying for an appointment if you need to. You can call the city's FQHC, the Mary Eliza Mahoney Federal Qualified Healthcare Center. You could call there, speak to a doctor, try to get an appointment to come in. Obviously, we're only seeing people that are sick or that have symptoms. If you're asymptomatic, or what they refer to as the walking well, or the worried well, then you have to shelter in place. You stay in the house, call your healthcare provider, call your doctor. If your situation worsens or deteriorates or becomes more dilapidated, then you need to call the doctor and go into the hospital. That's important. But right now, we have a limited amount of tests. There's a limited amount of tests across the nation. Thankfully, the Congress, the Senate, and the House of Representatives passed the third package of stimulus today that will be giving billions and billions of dollars to cities across the nation, to states across the nation, around things about unemployment, small businesses, healthcare, all of these things that'll become available to us. And we have to make sure that we call our federal delegation, our Senator Booker, Senator Menendez, Congressman Payne, to make sure that our voices are heard and that they are continuing on the fight. And they have been. They were on the webinar this afternoon with us, and they gave up some valuable information. It's one other thing I want to tell you before we get off of this thing is that we need to fill out the census. We have to fill out the census, y'all. We're in the house. We need to fill it. All of the entitlement money that's coming in and the more monies that they're giving us obviously are based on our population. Money for school, right? Money for Title I, money for SNAP, money for roads, money for the city, money home dollars for affordable housing. All this money comes in, plus our representation. How many elected officials represent us down in Washington, D.C. and even in Trenton? It's important that we are counted correctly. So while you're up and while you're in the home, you can make the phone call or you can get on the website and download. I want to get you this exact information. Hold up. I want to get you the exact information so you're doing the right thing. So you can go to www.2020census.gov. www.2020census.gov and fill out the census. Or you can call. You can call for English at 844-330-2020. 844-330-2020. For Spanish, 844-468-2020. 844-468-2020. For French, 844-494-2020. French, 844-494-2020. Haitian Creole, 844-477-2020. And for Portuguese, 844-474-2020. 844-474-2020. We need you to call, whether you documented or undocumented, whether you are on a lease or not on a lease, whether you have shelter or not have shelter. We need you to count all of your children. We need you to count everybody around in your household without exception. Make those calls. Make sure we're counted in this city, and we get the people that we need and the money that we need coming to the city of Newark. I want to say one more time, por favor, quédate en su casa. Solo sal en caso de emergencia para la farmacia, supermercado, or the doctor. Ayudamos a salvar vidas. Ayudamos a salvar vidas. Ayudamos a salvar vidas. Help us save lives in the city by staying in the house. All of us, help us save lives by staying in the house. And that's important. And if you know people that are going out, please encourage them to stay inside. It is incredibly, incredibly important for all of us. And tune in 5 o'clock every evening to the Facebook Live updates on the City of Newark's website. We'll give you as much information as you can. And also, if you text COVID, COVID, to 511-511, you can get daily updates on your phone. We'll text the updates to your phone if you text COVID, COVID, to 511-511. Listen, I'm broadcasting from my own home. I'm doing this because I want us to understand that we have to socially distance, right? Also, and I think I needed to lead that this week. Next week we may be back at the studio doing this, but today this is where we are. And I want to apologize for the sound, the technical difficulties. My home is not the studio, but ultimately we want to get you this information. We want to let you know what's happening. We are almost at 200 cases in the city of Newark. Our neighbors have over 25,000 cases, almost 400 people dead. It is not a joke. We have to stay in the house. We have to do everything in our power to stay in the house. Now. And it's time for you to hold your neighbors accountable to the things that's gonna keep our city going. We're gonna get through this, y'all. It might take us a month, 2 months, 3 months, I don't know, but we're gonna get through it. Reverend Roundtree is having a citywide day of fasting and prayer. Citywide fasting and prayer. Flyers are out. I'll put a flyer up. No matter what your religion is, no matter what you believe, Even if you don't believe anything, we want you to meditate. We want you to think on it. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to fast with us. It's important. We need to use every tool that we have, right? And encourage each other as best as we possibly can during these very, 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 very difficult times, right? We would never promise easy, just victory. And which I am very, very, very clear on the fact that we're going to get through this. And victory will belong to us ultimately. We just have to do what we need to do to get through it, y'all. Work together, follow instructions, stay together, be together, do things that we have not normally done. Sometimes the storms come not to destroy us, but to prepare us for what's coming next. Let's get prepared for what's coming next. Newark strong. Let's take care of each other, y'all. Let's love each other. Let's watch out for each other. Let's follow instructions. Peace. Godspeed. I love y'all. We'll get there together.